The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pals game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello, and welcome to the New Media Zone. Ed and Dave here, Ed and Dave with you, along with Jim joining us.
Oh,
Celebrating.
your last name is now joining us.
Hello, Jim joining us.
Used to be again.
I had to spell that a lot for everybody. It's Joining.
Celebrating our 40th anniversary of performing in sketches. Now, I was trying to think.
Wasn't it 79?
No.
We started the Ed Dave. Wasn't it? Didn't we film those in the summer of 79 and then they were aired in 80?
No.
I disagree!
We were doing Tonight shows
That's what I meant.
and match games, 79 to 80.
Okay.
It was not until 81 when we got the color camera
Oh.
where we were doing sketches. And I was trying to think, how did Jim get involved? Because you were friends with the producer, Jim.
Yes.
And did you see some of the fine material we were putting out?
I think producer Jim just said, hey, we could use an extra body or two.
Tonight, we are going back to 1970.
That's 41 years ago, Ed.
Is that... no, is it?
51 years ago, Ed.
Yeah, because we just had our Colony Central reunion. That was 40 and 80, so we got to go back even 10 more years.
51 years ago.
You guys actually did a reunion in spite of the...
We did our own personal reunion down here. A big reunion show. It's a must-see. There's 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Not
I
a
thought you meant in
reunion
high
with
school.
No. The reunions are best held between Dave and myself. Anybody else we don't care to see, really. No, that's bad to say. We still have a few friends.
Do
out
we?
there. Yeah.
Who?
Few Facebook friends.
Well, not me.
No?
I don't have any friends on Facebook. I have
We had
like 12.
2,998 followers. That was...
I only friend people I personally know.
Yes. People you actually know. Not a lot of...
And some of them I don't know why I friended them. Nothing against you, Peter Hughes. But I really don't know you.
Oh, no.
I don't know the guy.
That's what he appeared on one episode.
He's entertaining and nice guy.
Yes.
But I don't know why. I mean, I friend him. I like some of his posts are very entertaining.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I friend him because I really don't know the guy. Although my daughter has like 8,000 friends. They're not
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
You don't know these people.
They're people you usually got to shut down and
Yes.
snooze for 30 days because they post the same thing over and over.
Yes. But anyway.
Did I say what year we're going back to? I did.
1970.
We had our big bubble, flashback bubble.
Oh, I missed it. Can you put it on again?
Yeah, there it is. And so why don't we jump right in here with the 1970 films that were out, the top 10.
I have problems.
Okay. Understood.
What are we doing?
The top 10 films of
We're gonna start with the
1970, which we kind of remember.
1970. Number 10. The Owl and the Pussycat. What is this movie about? Is this George Siegel? No.
Jane Fonda in it, too?
Alan, I think it may be George Siegel, and she's a prostitute, I believe.
Who's she?
Does Jim have anything to
No.
help us out?
I
No.
got nothing on that.
I figured we all knew that
Tom
one.
Jones. What's new, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand, and we think it's George Siegel.
Oh, Barbara Streisand. Okay. Why did I think Jane Fonda meant...
Number 9. Catch-22. Which, by the way, if anyone has Hulu, there's a Catch-22 series, which I think only had 1 season, which I think was all it was. But it was very good. Highly recommended. Good film.
Who's in it?
Well, Clooney was in it for a little bit. I don't really know the guy any of the actors that were in it, but it was a very good series. I think only eight or 9 episodes, but it was funny, entertaining. So check that out. Number 8, Ryan's Daughter.
That film, set in August 1917 through January 1918, tells the story of a married Irish woman. Tighty-tighty-tighty-toe. She has an affair with a British officer during World War I. Despite moral and I'm losing the accent. Moral and political opposition from her nationalist neighbours. We have the British spelling on here. Neighbours.
Yes.
It stars Robert Mitchum and Sarah Miles, comma.
If you want to watch something with a lot of Irish and Scottish and stuff like that, there's a series, I don't know what it's on, but it's called Outlander.
Aye.
Oh, lots of that. Some chick goes back in time.
Anybody gets stabbed in the throat with a deer antler?
I haven't gotten it far yet, but there's a lot of it. I don't know if she's going back in time. I've only got 3 episodes in because it's kind of boring me a bit.
I think it's the women love that show for some reason.
Well, that's why I stopped after 3 episodes. Number 7, and we were talking about this earlier. Tora!
That's an epic war film that dramatized the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941.
You went to see this film.
I did. I remember going to see this movie.
But you
in
were
the
a young
theater.
tyke.
Yeah, but, you know, my dad was a World War II vet. And I think he probably wanted to see it. My mother was probably like, it's too violent. So my father said, come on, son, you're coming with me and we're going to have flashbacks. He was in the other theater. He was the theater of war. He was in the
Your father must have
European.
been a little older than my father, which I...
He was born in 25.
Oh,
so
he was a
would
little
have
older.
been 45. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So just like 18, you could have gone in, right? 18.
Yeah, he did.
So he
he
would have
went
been
in
he would have been
1943 on what turned out to be my date of birth.
Ooh.
In 1943, he went in. I was born 20 years to the day.
Wow.
We have a picture of him taking his oath or whatever on that day in 1943. Anyway,
Oh, all right. I
Nobody
thought your
cares.
father would be younger than my father, but my father was not in World War II, but he was in the Korean conflict.
police action.
Yes. Number 6, Little Big Man. Don't know. Who is this? This isn't...
This is Dustin
Dustin
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
Wow.
okay.
I'm confusing it with the Richard Harris thing, which was
He grows
Man
up
Called
with
Horse.
Man Called Horse.
He grows up with Indians or Native Americans. In the
Mm.
70s, you could say Indian.
Running there, that little white dove.
This is where he has the old age
Yes.
makeup by Dick
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Now I do
100
remember.
whatever year old man there.
Number 5, Woodstock. Was this a documentary?
Yes. This was the film about the concert.
Okay. With
It was-
many a muddy and naked woman.
Yeah, and it was like all in different like segments that
Yes.
were visible. You know, you'd see a shot of the people walking through mud and
And
the people on stage
Yes.
performing, and yeah. And like this.
That was very, very talented. Number 4, Patton.
Can I do a line? Rommel, you magnificent bastard! I read your book.
I'll do also a line. Turn it off! Which is not from Patton.
That was George C. Scott in 70 and 79, I think, in Hardcore,
Yes.
where he was turning off his daughter in the porno film.
Didn't he mutter, turn it off under his breath a couple times
Yes.
before he came out
It
with
became
that
too much
very
for him.
boisterous turn it off. Number 3, the film version of MASH. With Donald Sutherland, Elliot Gould, Henry Morgan, I believe, was in this.
Was he?
Not Harry Morgan.
Uh-huh.
Henry Morgan.
Huh.
Could be wrong.
I can picture him. I can't remember his name.
This had
It doesn't look
the
good to anybody.
opening credits with the dialogue or the lyrics to the MASH theme.
Suicide is painless.
Suicide is painless.
What was
Is it Sally Kelly?
Yes, I was going to say Hot
Yeah,
Lips
Hot
was
Lips.
played by Sally, and I couldn't think of the last name.
Oh, Robert
Sally
Duvall played Frank Burns.
Kelly. Oh, that's right, Robert Duvall. Number 2, Airport.
This one starred Burt Lancaster, or Lancaster, if you're from Dean Martin.
Psychic phenomena. Sorry.
Dean Martin, Jacqueline Bisset, and George Kennedy as Joe Patroni, who was a recurring character in all of the airport movies. So you don't want to get on an airplane flight with if you
Right.
see George Kennedy hanging around because doom is inevitable.
I was trying to think if this was the one where Sonny Bono was a bomber, or was that one of the
That
comedy
was,
ones?
that was
77?
that was Airplane.
Airplane.
Was that Airplane?
Airplane 2, where he was the bomber.
Oh, okay.
But this film does involve a bomb going off on the
Yeah.
plane, and I think it injures the pregnant Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh no.
And there's a was it was it Burt Lancaster at the end of the movie
Is
he
he
goes
in the-
speeding off in a station wagon at the end. He says something to this woman about, let's go make some scrambled eggs, and they take off, and you know scrambled eggs is a little metaphor for what they're going to be doing.
Let's go make some
Hot dogs.
scrambled eggs.
Yes.
Number 1 film for that year, Love Story, with
Ally McGraw,
Ryan
O'Neal.
Ally McGraw. Yes, okay, is that the cancer or something? Is she sick or something?
Yes. Love is... Oh, what's the
Never
one?
having to say you're sorry.
We actually, my wife and I went
Guess
to...
I ain't never been in love.
My wife and I went to see a reading of, or a performance of the show Love Letters
Oh, yes.
in Boston once, and it was starring Ally McGraw and Ryan O'Neal. Kind
Oh.
of interesting to see those people playing those
the
characters.
Dusters, yeah. Who's hungry?
Pizza. Some other films from 1970, a few that we remember. Hercules in New York.
That's not Lou Ferrigno, is it?
No, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Okay.
who I believe is dubbed.
Like it down there.
Let me be the judge of that. I'm tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Like it down there.
Let me be the judge of that. I am tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Really?
This one, yeah.
So it's not Hercule, like an Hercule Poirot.
Didn't Lou Ferrigno also play Hercules and was also dubbed over?
He was dubbed, yes, in that classic one from our early Screen Scene show, where we showed the clip and he was talking about putting in the laser beams later on in the post-production.
In a totally unrelated story, there is a film called Monster Dog,
Uh-huh.
in which Alice Cooper is in it.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, his voice is dubbed over by someone else.
Why
The
is
man
he-
speaks perfect English.
Why is he dubbed?
I don't know, but it's a completely different voice. I watched it last year, and I was just astounded that it wasn't even his voice. It's the Clinton Spilsbury effect. Look it up, people.
Dave's a big fan of Gamera. Here we had Gamera versus Giger, released directly to television by American International in 1970,
Giger.
under the title Gamera versus Monster X.
Oh, Monster X, yeah. Gamera. I love Gamera. My favorite flying turtle.
And Equinox. Do you remember
Oh,
this?
yes. The guy... Oh, who was it?
Very low budget.
Yeah, but there
Oh,
was some...
from WKRP.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that was kind of creepy. The different, like, crossover from one world to another. You had that creature in it. Yeah, that was...
Some stop motion.
yeah,
stuff.
I like that. I haven't seen that in a long, long time.
A lot of Hammer films out. Taste the Blood of Dracula, The Vampire Lovers, Scars of Dracula, The Horror of Frankenstein. All out. And I have a clear memory of this as a kid, but I think it's been ruined or something was off, because I remember going to see The Boatniks, a Disney film, which apparently came out July 1st. And I remember seeing a preview for Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
And I thought we saw that the next week, but now I'm seeing that came out May 26th. Not that it couldn't have been still out a month later, but...
I remember the promo for the Boatniks, and it showed they were looking over the side of a ship, and like you would see a torpedo coming in, but it was like a salami that was coming in.
Oh.
That's the only thing
that stuck out.
that I was 7.
And I don't remember these being out in the same year, but House of Dark Shadows and Night of Dark Shadows came out in August and October. The film's based on the Dark Shadows. That's it. A few other movies from 1970.
Alrighty, let's move along to the songs of 1970.
Get ready. Here comes some gems. Let me.
You ready? Throat clear, because I know you're going to do this first one. Number 10. From Free to Pain, it's the Band of Gold.
Since you've been gone, all that I want is a band of gold.
I think is it want or need? I don't know.
Oh,
But that's good enough.
it's enough.
Number 9. Let It Be from the Beatles. 2 versions, you know.
Yes.
Well,
One
was
with
gonna
the
point that out.
organ as the musical interlude, and one with the guitar as a musical interlude. The organ one's crappy. Don't like that.
Yeah, I think I prefer the guitar.
The guitar one.
Is that John on the guitar or is it George?
I believe John was the lead guitarist.
I
George
think
was,
so too.
But who knows?
George was like, I've had enough of your fighting. Get Yoko out of here.
I have a lot of George's solo work on my Amazon Echo. So when my Alexa comes on, sometimes there'll be some George. Number 8. Get Ready from Rare Earth.
Get ready, get ready. Is that it, or is that another song? Yeah,
Is
that's
that
it.
that? Get ready. Or, I don't know, maybe that's...
I don't know.
Maybe that was a temptation.
Yeah,
Ed,
that sounds
Ed
more
can
like-
sing this next one.
Okay.
From the Jackson 5 at number 7.
Oh,
I'll Be There.
I'll be there. I'll mention that in a minute, but all the classic Jackson 5 songs are out this year.
And
Stop the love you say, baby, you're wrong.
I say to that, who cares?
Oh,
no.
come on, they had some good stuff.
No,
that's
they
some-
did
Oh,
not.
yes, they did.
Name one.
That's a good poppy
Really good
song.
stuff.
I'm going to take the argument, no matter what you say, you're wrong.
Disagree. We'll agree to disagree.
Number 6. Ain't no mountain high enough. Diana Ross.
Diana Ross, whose daughter is
After
on
years with the
TV.
Supremes.
Number 5. War by Edwin Starr.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
I don't like this version or the Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
It's very coarse in my tastes.
It's very
Coarse,
coarse.
that's right.
Isn't it coarse?
Well, you like those growly songs.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's why you like The Poison by Alice Cooper.
When do you see the rendition that Dave and I do of Poison coming up?
Yeah, no, don't. Number 4 from B.J. Thomas. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
That was
That
from...
doesn't mean eyes will soon be turning
Red
Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining. Why? Because I'm free.
Nothing's worrying me.
Horn solo.
Wasn't that Herb Albert in there?
Oh, might have been.
Now I'm going to say
That was from Butch Cassidy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was written
Which
for
made
that.
no sense at all.
Yeah, they're riding on a bike to this song.
now I'm going to curse.
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to curse. It's nothing you folks at home have never heard before.
It's
But
not your
it's-
fault either. Nothing
But it's a
you've ever done.
little bit harder than you normally would hear, but I'm going to sing because it's on this song. But anyway, number 3 song by the Guess Who? American Woman. Now,
Is there a bad phrase in there?
if you listen to at the very end, as he fades away,
Uh,
goodbye, American woman. Goodbye, American shit.
Oh,
He says it.
I've never heard that.
He says it.
what a sewer mouth. What a potty mouth.
There's a song by the Babies called Midnight Rendezvous, and at the very end, as it fades away, he's saying, John Waite, says, all I want to do is be with you. All I want to do is F you.
Oh,
I was
no.
going to say,
That's pretty bad.
was he talking about Nina? What's her face? Nina Blackwood. The DJ?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't I think him? I think John Waite and he.
You think?
And she.
They look alike.
Talk about your coarse voice on her. Oh my God! You ever hear her
Oh.
on the '80s at 8?
Uh,
You hear her breathing.
No,
God
but
knows
they-
what she inhaled.
you
through the
could
years.
hear her
Is
breathing.
she alive?
Is she alive?
I don't know if she died. She may have died.
No, she's on the 80s.
Is she?
And you could hear her breathing in between every space. But all of a sudden it stopped. Some poor bastard has got to edit her entire read to cut out the deep breathing.
You
Her
recall.
uvula must be hanging there like a.
I think she did too much smoking.
Now, Ed, you recall there was an individual on our show who did radio spots, a female who decided not to be on this flunky show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she had stated at some point, because she would do these promos, and they would just rifle by, and she said what they'd do is they would edit her taking a breath.
Yeah.
So that all the words would just flow real quick, no matter how long the promo was. Just squeeze it into whatever 10, 15-second spot she had.
Yep.
Number 2, Close to You by the Carpenters.
Diddling. Diddling. That is why all the girls in town follow you.
Oh,
all around.
Oh, I didn't know all the different. Was that
to be
the brother doing that?
close to
Did he do the
you.
background stuff?
Well, he was the
Oh.
he was the musical genius.
She just had a great voice. I'm sorry, but that voice of hers.
I still
I'm
say
really going out on a limb.
I still say if you want to hear a great voice, look up Eva Cassidy.
Huh.
I'm telling you,
She's Sean Cassidy and
she
David
had-
Cassidy's sister.
she is not. But if you ever hear the her sing Over the Rainbow,
Does she do it with a ukulele and go?
No, that would be Ika Aka Kwakawana. He died very young.
Mekahini Ho.
He died very young. And number 1 song, but still, look up Eva Cassidy, Over the Rainbow, in between shows. Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. That's the number 1 song for 1970. That's a good song, again.
Let's see if I have a few other songs. Mama told me not to come. I don't know if that was a suggestive. 3 Dog Night. Everything is beautiful.
Everything is
Ray Stevens?
Yeah.
He's also from the man who brought us The Streak.
Uh-huh. One of my
Don't
favorite
look,
songs.
Ethel!
It was too late. We'll be doing that in a few episodes. Love Grows, Where My Rosemary Goes. Edison Lighthouse. Used at the end of Shallow Hal. Do you remember that?
Oh, for God, no, I don't watch anything with Jack Black in it.
I was surprised number 41, The Long and Winding Road.
The Beatles.
Some of the Beatles songs were further down on the charts.
Well, it's a B-side. That's why.
Oh. Do you remember watching the hilarious House of Frightenstein on Channel 5 when cable came to town with Vincent Price? It was an odd kids show at Monsters, but they featured the music interludes, kind of like videos, and I remember these 2 songs being in there. Gimme That Ding.
Gimme that ding, gimme that, gimme that, gimme that ding. Yeah.
The Pipkins, and Hitchin' a Ride. Vanity Fair. Hitchin' a Ride. And of course, all those Jackson songs.
And not enough Itchy Coo Park. Oh, that was another one.
Is that a Chicago song?
No, that was, it's just, Hitching a Ride reminds me of Itchy Coo Park.
No,
Look that one
I
up.
was making
I'll take you
reference to
guessing.
another Chicago song. Something. What was it? Park.
Saturdays in the park.
Are we moving on now?
We are moving on
Yeah.
to
We gotta make this quick.
TV.
1970-71 top 10 TV shows. Number 10, The FBI. that
Ephraim
with-
Zimbalist
yes.
Jr.
I was gonna say with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. What a name! Is that his real? That had to be his real name, or did they change it? Like Engelbert Humperdinck. His real name is not Engelbert Humperdinck. No one changes their name to make it more difficult. They always make it easy. Like Cary Grant, Archibald Leach. Oh, we're not giving Cary Grant. Bertie Schwartz, Tony Curtis. Oh, my name is Tom. Maybe it's Tom Jones. Oh, change it to Engelbert Humperdinck. Humperdinck. Come on, that's pretty funny. Number 8, Bonanza. Very long-running Western.
Nope, I'm not going to do it.
What?
I'm doing the theme for this one.
Medical Center. Number 8, Medical Center.
I can't remember
With Chad
that. Everett.
There we go. You'll do this one. Number 7, Hawaii Five-0.
I don't know that one. Book him, Daniel. Murder 1.
Now, Jack Lord who ended up becoming like the producer and creative control of that. Once that show ended, just stayed in Hawaii.
He did.
He stayed there.
Stood there on that balcony waiting for that helicopter to zoom in on him all the
So
time.
they could turn around and have that little curl of hair hanging
I
down.
did. Now, the remake or the TV show that
The newer one?
current version
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it is rather crappy. But I do like that they kept the shot of the star out on the balcony in the opening credits.
I've never actually saw it, so I could not say that. Number 6, ABC Movie of the Week, which, by the way, oddly enough, was on ABC.
I have a couple films that were
It's
on
also
that
sung by the Jacksons.
when we get to the other
It
things.
was. Number 5, Gunsmoke again, 10 years after it was in the top 10 of 1960. Number 4, Ironside, which was, Raymond Burr. Number 3, oh God, Here's Lucy.
Oh, this is by the time Lucille Ball was talking like this. Viv. What was it?
Well, Vivian Vance.
Yeah.
Was basically on every one of her shows.
I'm going to put on a sexy outfit and dance across the screen.
This is the one where the little puppet was dancing
Yes.
with the gams exposed. Lucy Gam.
Number 2.
I'm going to fall off a bicycle. It'll be hilarious. I might break a hip. All right.
Number 2, The Flip Wilson Show.
Oh.
That's what he gets. Oh.
Geraldine.
Yeah.
Geraldine, that was it. And Geraldine's boyfriend's name, you remember?
What was her catchphase? I was thinking "Kiss My Grits." But that
Devil
wasn't
made
it.
me do it or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
good.
it.
What was the boyfriend's
Killer.
name? Killer. That's. I knew it was something
Boyfriend
evil.
Killer.
Yeah. Number 1 show, Marcus Welby, with
Ooh.
Robert
Young.
Young. Why do I always know the first name and not the last name?
Remember they did a great spoof on Robert Young's Sanka commercials on SCTV, where it was John McEnroe with Robert Young, because John McEnroe is very angry because he's been drinking too much caffeinated coffee. So
Didn't
Robert
we
Young
try
gets
that
it from
with
Sanka.
what was it? The Amityville Horrors with James
Yes.
Brolin, was it?
Yes, to rid you of horror.
The Sanka, yes, to rid you of horrors. That's it for the TV show.
Now you remember the Flip Wilson thing they would do? The big thing was everyone you learned to do the Flip Wilson handshake, where you would go.
Oh yeah,
Din,
yeah.
din,
And then
and
the
then
hip
you
bump.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Any honorable mentions of shows?
I have a couple of movies that were on the ABC movie of the week. How Awful About Alan,
Oh, it was.
which was Anthony Perkins doing a TV movie. The Over the Hill Gang Rides Again, which was an older Western and a sequel to the one that aired the year before. Walter Brennan, Edgar Buchanan,
Oh boy,
Chill Wills.
they will. Oh yeah, they're all over the hill.
Oh, that sounds like a rap star, Chill Wills.
And a lot of pilots they would air on there. Alias Smith and Jones.
A good show till the guy killed himself.
Yeah.
Who killed himself? Was it Pete Duell?
Yes.
It must have been him, right?
Yes, it was
Ben
Peter
Murphy?
Duell. Yep, Peter Duell.
Oddly enough, Ben Murphy's real name was Engelbert Humperdinck. There goes my stuff.
And Longstreet, which was
Oh,
pilots.
Robert Franciscus or James Franciscus.
James Franciscus, yes.
Played a blind private eye or something like that.
Yep.
Is that funny? A blind private eye? I didn't mean it that way.
So there you have a lot of fun in 1970. We kind of start to remember the TV shows.
And if you regret watching, just remember that Mama told me not to come.
That ain't the way to have fun, son. So next time we'll be taking another trip back in time, another year. Take a look at the top 10 TV, movies, and songs. And we'll see you then.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.